And welcome to the CFG Gamecast, episode 184, a weekly podcast created by streamers and gamers alike to discuss the latest topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode every week and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, and so much more. So show us some love. Give us a like, a follow on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, TikTok, Facebook, wherever you're watching. Push all the buttons and love on us. Or you can go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am your host, Smitty2447. Usually is Davis. Obviously, Davis is not here today. So I'm going to do it a little different and introduce our guest here, Snakeeyes, jumping in, filling in for CFG. We love your face. How's your weekend been, brother? How you been, my friend?
Thank you. It was good. Good weekend. Started off pretty relaxing, chilling, hanging out. So week's been good. Went to see the Barbie movie.
Nice.
Oh my God.
Happened.
You have to tell me what you thought.
It was interesting. It was definitely interesting. Girlfriend wanted to go see it, so we said, all right, let's go check it out. We went on Tuesday. Absolute madhouse at the movie theater. Never seen it as packed before, even before COVID. There was a line out the door just to go see the Barbie movie. It was absolutely crazy. The hype is there. Would I say it's a great movie? It was good. It was good. It was a fun, good movie. The ending I did not care for, but I think the message was out there for it. So yeah, about that's about it for the Barbie movie.
Nice.
It was something. But it was a good week.
Good to hear, my friend. Again, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, our co-host, this is Lex. What is going on, my cyborg?
Oh, I saw the Barbie movie too, and it was great. It's not a movie for you, Snakeeyes. I'm just kidding. No, I'm teasing. It's a good movie, and it is a movie geared towards women. I didn't do any gaming this week, so I'm just going to talk about the Barbie movie. It's fantastic. Adam multiple times sitting next to me goes, this has no right to be as good as it is. I was like, I know, right? Now, I kind of agree on landing. I was a little like, what? But then when, I'm not going to spoil it, when she gets out of the car and goes and does her thing, I'm like, that's hysterical. I understand why they ended it this way. But I am kind of mad that they are now, Mattel is going to do their own MCU, apparently, and they're going to have an Uno movie, Polly Pocket, like, stop it. Like, you had the magic of that one good movie, leave it alone, or come up with original ideas is my thought process. But yeah, the Barbie movie was absolutely fantastic. I feel like if you didn't like it, there's some internalized things you need to work on with your therapist. But for the most part, like I took Adam and my brother, and he loved it. He dressed in pink and blue, and he got in the Barbie box, and it looked adorable. But yeah, we had a blast. We had an absolute blast. So. But I took this week off because I had a procedure on my neck, so I'm stiff.
But the procedure went smoothly, though, right?
Yeah, this time it did. I didn't throw up and it get in my eyes this time, which was lovely. So
that is
Tums
a dub in my book. No puking eyes is a dub in my book.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But how have you been, Smitty? I mean,
good.
Besides us both being massively hungover.
Yeah, other than the hangover, I've been feeling pretty good and whatnot. Recovery from the surgery. That's been going well, so that's been fantastic. We had that summit, the video game esports, video game mental health and wellness summit, which was fantastic last week. This week I didn't really do a lot gaming wise. I kind of been hopping back on a little bit of the Destiny 2 grind, but like even then I'm just like, dude, like I am so burnt out on the game. I need to hop back on some Exoprimal. Really, I've been focusing on Final Fantasy 16. Like, I'm trying to beat that, but I got, like, there's all kinds of work things and whatnot that I got going on. So, it's been a little difficult to focus on that, but I think for the most part, my grind is going to be Final Fantasy 16 this week. So,
I'm proud of you, buddy.
yeah,
I'm proud
thanks.
of you. Yeah, I think you're going to beat this one.
I'm absolutely going to beat it. What are you talking about?
Well, usually you'll beat it, but like 3 years down the line, you know? So
No, not
I think,
something like
I
this.
think this one, well,
Well, I haven't,
I
yeah,
think-
there, well, God of War Ragnarok, Forbidden West, like, whatever, dude.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I didn't call you out on the game specifically, but you did, so it's okay.
No, there's some games there for sure
Yeah.
that like I need to beat them, but like I need new games to stop coming out for a little bit if they could, please.
I feel you. I feel you.
You know. So let's get into it though. Since Snakeeyes is our guest, we're gonna go ahead and let him kick it off. So what do you got? What's your topic? I'm excited for this one actually.
So I'm going to talk about Capcom's newest Dino survival game, Exoprimal, which I have been playing, of course, with you, Smitty, as well.
Yeah.
Absolute blast of a game. I am blown away by it. I'm glad that it's on Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have picked it up either way. The good thing that's on Game Pass, after playing it, I would say I would pick it up. After about maybe 15 hours of playing into it, you have to really get into the story to actually get the game modes that are just so dynamic, and there's so many different things going on. There's the PvE aspect of it. There's the PvP aspect of it. I know a lot of players have been saying there's a lot of PvP, but there's a nice mode that you get to play PvE where you're fighting mostly just dinosaurs and completing objectives, but there's a competitive aspect to it where you are playing against another team of players that are trying to complete the same objectives just faster than you are. But other than that, the PvP side of things, I really compare it to a PvE Overwatch. I would say it is. There's assault class, support class, and tanks, and they do feel very Overwatchy. If you want to take the word for it, but it's I don't know. There's something satisfying about just shooting dinosaurs. Very fun. And it's not like other players or other humans. It's just dinos that are trying to eat you. And I love it. I'm there for it. It's a lot of fun. Yesterday they actually released their newest update, and which is one thing I really like that they did, is that the game's only been out for 3 weeks now.
Something like
and
that,
they've
yeah.
already released a brand new fresh update of new content. Like, that's crazy. I have never really experienced a game where they're like,
Kind of unheard of.
okay, here's the game, and then they're like, here's a new update, here's new content, you can have it. And I'm here for it. The only thing about it is it's only PvE. So this new gauntlet mode is what they're calling it. It's just PvE, straight PvE. You're only shooting dinosaurs. They tell you probably want to take your highest level character and go into it, because it's not going to be something that's very easy. The reason they did it that way is that you actually have to complete the entire story. So there's, I want to say, maybe 60 hours worth of playtime before you actually can access this new gauntlet mode. So there is a lot of grinding that has to be done, but it looks like it's going to be something that is just what players want. Players wanted more PvE, and that's what they're giving us. And it looks awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Now I have a question.
Sure.
So, Uh, I sit behind Dust in his office while he plays games a lot, and I do diamond paintings. And I don't look up a lot, and a lot of the times I have headphones in and I'm watching like a little TV show on my phone. Excuse you, ma'am. But I asked, a question to him, and he said the dinosaurs aren't real. And I said, what does that mean? And he said they're not real. And I said, well, they're really kicking your butt right now. So they're obviously hurting you somehow. If they aren't real, then what are they? And he wouldn't answer me. He was kind of being facetious. What does he mean by that? I have questions. Please do tell.
So I think what he means by it. So there is something in the storyline that there is artificial intelligence that is pretty much
I
generating these
remember those
dinosaurs.
words being thrown
So
around. Yeah.
it's really not real dinosaurs per se that you're killing, but it if you're immersed into the game, it I feel like it does feel like real dinosaurs are coming at you, and
Mhm.
the way the story progresses in the new modes that you get. There's been multiple times I've been playing with friends, and we're all just like, "What is going on? This is not normal."
Right.
This is very sci-fi like and over the top ways that dinosaurs can be generated and are taking over the world. Um, but I think that pretty much that's what he's going with it.
Yeah.
They're pretty much AI generated dinosaurs. They're not real
Mhm.
dinosaurs. Um,
I feel like there were more words that were said, but I wasn't really paying attention after he gave me the third, they're not real. I was like, all right, I'm checking out then. Can you play as dinosaurs, or are you just the one beating them up?
That's a good question.
Mhm.
So there is in the game modes when you are competing against the other, it's 5v5. So you're playing against other exosuits, exoprimal characters that um, it's very competitive based. So what they do is they integrate a part of the game where you can actually play as a mega dinosaur, call it, and you get to capture a little point. You activate it, and you become this dinosaur to attack the other enemy team. So yes, you can play as dinos, but it's not a regular thing. It's not like you're guaranteed to play as a dinosaur every match,
I gotcha.
or you
Okay.
can't select to play a dinosaur.
Huh. Okay, cool. I
Mhm.
think that sums up my questions. Smitty, what do you've been playing it? I haven't been playing it. I've just been the bird over the shoulder asking questions, and Dust is getting clearly irritated with me. So, Smitty, how do you feel about it?
I am. This is so. I have described this game as so far my 2023 game that I didn't know I needed. Um, Very much like Snakeeyes here. There's no way I would have picked this game up if it wasn't on Game Pass. I remember seeing this. I can't remember if it was like Summer Game Fest or something like that, but seeing a trailer and I was like, oh. I was like, that looks all right. Kind of reminds me of Anthem or something like that, but whatever. And I kind of forgot about it until like literally like the day before it came out, and I was like, oh crap! That's when I learned that it was a PvPvE, that there was like classes. I didn't know any of that stuff. So and it being on Game Pass, I picked it up, and one of the annoying things for me is that they have crossplay matchmaking, but you can't join into a party directly via crossplay. Why they did it that way, I have no idea. I think that's something that definitely needs to change. Because like you said, like Dust is playing on Steam, but we can't play together because we're on Xbox.
Xbox, right?
Yeah, essentially.
And
Yep.
I offered him the usage of my Xbox, but he's not going to start over probably.
No, and he wouldn't be
So
able to play with Inferno.
that's
If
true.
he
Yeah.
yeah, so like it's like I totally get it, but like I hate when something makes you like, if you're gonna be crossplay, be crossplay, you know what I mean? Like don't do this like kind of half put together crossplay where like, oh yeah, you can crossplay matchmaking but you can't come together as a party. That's just dumb to me. So that's really my biggest gripe. The game is a ton of fun. Like Snakeeyes was saying, it definitely has feels of Overwatch. There's even a character like totally like reminds me of Lucio. It's totally Lucio.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, maybe I need to be playing this game.
Yeah, no. You probably would enjoy this, Lex. You probably would enjoy this game. It's just fun. It's a lot of fun. One of my big things, I did finish the story. One of my big things about this, so like, it's a $60 game, but there's also a battle pass within the game that is like, I think it's like $7.99 or something for the battle pass. All purely cosmetics, but it's like, why is there a battle pass within this game? Like that doesn't make sense. And I'm just guessing that maybe it's because because it's on Game Pass, they're trying to mitigate some of that loss from it being on there or whatever, or potential earnings, and trying to do it that way. But like, again, something like this, the big thing is, what is the content drops gonna look like? And I was like, there's gotta be longevity in this. This has a lot of potential. And so far, like, with them already coming out with an update, it's only been 3 weeks. They're adding in modes. It sounds like they're listening to the community as well, and taking that kind of feedback. Like, this game is fun. I can't deny it. And would I pay $60? I still wouldn't pay $60 for this game, to be honest. It feels full crossplay and I can play with all my friends. I think there's more of a case there. But I would definitely wait for this to get down to at least like $40. I think it's definitely like a $40 game. Easy, dude. Like, it's great. So yeah, this is a game that came out of nowhere for me. And that's why I haven't beaten Final Fantasy 16 yet, is because I was cranking through Exoprimal and I couldn't stop playing Exoprimal. Because the matches are quicker too. They're even quicker than like Overwatch or something like that. So like, and you could just, it's easy to grind it out and just put in mad hours on it. So.
And they have announced in their timeline that they're going to do collaborations with Street Fighter and Monster Hunter. So that's going to be pretty cool.
That is fantastic. I love that. I love that.
I like that idea. I didn't realize this was a Capcom game until you said it right in the beginning. I was like, oh snap, that makes sense why it's so good and he won't stop playing it.
Yeah, no, and again, I think for everybody, I think for a lot of people, it just kind of came out of nowhere, and once you got in and started playing, you're like, oh, I'm having a blast in this. It's like, I would bring more exosuits in. I want to see, and like, I was a little disconnected from the story at first, but like, once you go down it and whatnot, you're like, it gets pretty interesting. It gets pretty crazy. So I was like, all right, dude, this is wild. I'm invested in this story. The gameplay's fun. Like, this is a definitely, like, if you were thinking about picking up this game, I would highly recommend picking it up. You won't be disappointed. You'll have a good time playing this. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, good to know. Thank you guys.
Yeah, and we'll have to see.
Download it.
And say, you absolutely should. It's like you have Game Pass. Like, yeah.
I know. Oh, yeah. I'm kind of stuck on Disney Dreamlight Valley. So
yeah,
but I think I'm almost
done. A lot of people, I feel like.
Yeah. No, the second they do a drop, like I go in and I beat it almost immediately. So
nice.
I'm pretty much done. I'm just doing extracurricular activities at the moment.
Getting it in. Awesome topic there. Again, I was happy when you said you were going to be talking about Exoprimal, because I'm just like, I love this game.
It's all I've really been playing.
For real, dude. Like, as I was like, I had to take a break once I finished the story. I was like, let me get back on Final Fantasy 16, because I've got to beat that game too.
I had to put Diablo on pause for this season. This is just too much fun.
That's real talk right there, for real. Lex, you're up next. What do you got for us?
So I know we've kind of shot on this game a bunch in the past. Sorry, Fallout. Fallout New Vegas. It's a 13-year-old game. But what's interesting is it still has such a big cult following that they have mods created all the time. And this one was created by no username selected, and it's called the Elon House mod. Which turns the main antagonist into Elon Musk to the point where his cadence of his speech is perfect to actual Elon Musk himself. I I saw this earlier this week and I just giggled for a good 5 minutes because it's hysterical. And, formerly the owner of Twitter, he now owns X, which is insane to me, but okay. But he's such a real world bad guy that it worked out perfectly, I feel like. And excuse me. But yeah, I just, Fallout New Vegas isn't too bad. I don't feel like we've shat on it too much, but Fallout in general, yes.
Well, I
But I
think
was
New
curious.
Vegas was one that people liked.
Yeah, New Vegas was the one that they
yeah.
liked. There was the one after that, 76, that
76 was rough.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I was curious what you guys thought. I know the second I brought it up, Snakeeyes was like, "Oh yeah, the Elon Musk mod. I know what you're talking about." And I was like, "Don't talk about it yet.
I think it's a great thing. I mean, I think a lot of people would like an evil character, and I think Elon Musk is the perfect person for this.
He is literally the quintessential foreign 1990s bad guy. Like, you know what I mean? That was in the movies,
Bond
just
villain.
up the straight up. Like,
punchable.
He
face.
is.
Sorry, dude. Like, I would feel bad. I shouldn't say I'm sorry, because I don't feel bad that I say that, because he's not a good human being. If he happened to be a good human being and I thought that he had a punchable face, I would apologize. But no, he's very much a Bond villain. You are correct.
Yeah, it's funny though that, I mean, it's kind of interesting too though, just how much like people have from him taking things with Twitter, and by no means everything I think that he's done has been trash. But how much it affects people to the point where people are modding him into a video game and like stuff like that. I think he just likes to stay on people's minds. So he does like these extreme I mean, he's literally like a kid billionaire. He's a kid billionaire. Is what he is.
He's gaining the popularity from it. So
right.
Well,
and he's playing up to that.
People want to see him in things.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you can, I don't know how the mod works, but if you can actually fight him in the game, then I think that's gonna be awesome. Absolutely awesome. Just destroying Elon Musk.
I think he's just like an AI in this house.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah,
he's just the AI part.
But still hilarious.
If you could beat him up.
Start wrecking the monitors and stuff.
Beat up Elon Musk. No big deal.
Get out of here. That's hilarious though that somebody did this.
I think it's hysterical too. And I mean, there's 88 mods created like just that week alone. And this is the one that really spoke to not just me, but a lot of other people too. And for a 13-year-old game, that's pretty insane. But yeah, I kind of disagree with you. I don't think he's up in popularity. I think he's more infamous than anything at this point because what was it? I was watching a movie not too long ago and he was in it, talking about a Tesla. And I was like, I don't remember Elon Musk being in this movie. I've watched this movie like 4 or 5 times. I don't remember him. And that was when he was kind of like I'm the good guy. I'm creating this car brand and, it's going to be great for the economy, blah, blah, blah. And he still kind of had that good guy persona. And it's so interesting to see him from then until now. The shape of his face has completely changed. Like, it's shocking. If you look at him from 10 years ago to now, he looks totally different. I think whatever those Bond villains take to make themselves look scarier, he's on it. I just conspiracy theory. It's here. I'm putting it out there. He's taken X.
We did literally watch his villain arc like happen. Like we are literally watching it transition into him like going full on mega super villain. That the world's heroes have to come together to stop.
I mean, he's surrounding our Earth with satellites, so I mean,
That is true. That's crazy.
Some sketchy stuff.
Yeah, hilarious though. That is. You gotta
short topic. Sorry.
But we'll have to look to see. I'm gonna have to listen to the audio and stuff like that because like it's AI. It's the voice is AI generated, right? Yeah,
and it's perfect. Like his cadence, the way that he speaks, and like when he stops and pauses for things, it's like spot on. So
I love it.
they did
That's
a good job
fantastic.
with the AI for that. I'm sure he's gonna
Nice.
get mad and try to sue somebody. Oh well.
Well, he'll probably laugh at it. I feel like he has an appreciation for people trolling him as well. Like he doesn't seem to get, well, I mean,
Yeah, you're
in
probably right.
context, but like, yeah, for some reason I have a feeling that, cause like he had a thing too. Him and Todd Howard, did something together at some point in time, but there is a connection between the two as well. He'll probably love it.
You're probably right.
And like that just gives more eyeballs on him, and people be like, "Ooh, who's this?" and this and that. So yeah, that's still hilarious though. Still hilarious. But yeah, I wanted to end us off here with so here last week, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it's basically a platform called Antstream Arcade. The platform is a little rough, not gonna lie, but they actually they just partnered up with Xbox, and they are bringing their services to the Xbox, all the consoles and stuff like that. Why is that huge, you may be asking? Because Antstream Arcade has about 1,400 retro games in their library, from like Commodore 64, Amiga, freaking NES, like all kinds of different things. So like already out the gate, that's huge, I feel, in the, preservation of video games, allowing people to be able to still go in and play games that maybe they never had the chance to, or the consoles, you can't find them or whatever. So I think it's pretty huge. Hopefully this also pushes Antstream to work a little harder on their UI and make their site a little more user friendly. But there are so many freaking good games on there, just like absolutely classic games. I need to go on there. There is though, so like there's a free tier. Let me pull up the thing real quick. There's a free
I just
tier.
saw Bubble Bobble, so you already
Yes, you
have me
did.
sold. I love Bubble Bobble.
Looks so awesome.
I still have the floppy disk for my Bubble Bobble.
That is
it's so good.
amazing. But yeah, so like they run their own tournaments and stuff like that. You can see here that like there's literally tournaments to get like their currency or whatever for different games. And like the list is, I mean, just the amount of games that they have is crazy. Their search options and their search function is a little rough. But again, man, like you can't beat this in terms of, well, and you got to remember too. So you still have to, and I got to look to see what the free tier includes per se. But I know that in terms of, they have a unlimited gaming for $40 annually. I'm pretty sure for $79.99 it's a lifetime membership for them, or it's monthly at $4 a month, which is pretty reasonable. I don't think that's too bad. But again, we're in a day and age where everybody's got a ton of subscriptions, so people are a little, I feel like a little hesitant. And again, I feel like this is a little more niche with it being retro games and whatnot. So I don't know necessarily if the numbers and the popularity is going to be there. I would think it'd be people within our generation and older that would be looking at something like this. But I don't know how much, I guess, the younger generation, it appeals to the younger generation. It's a huge boon though for Antstream. That gives them more visibility. Obviously, it opens up the Microsoft ecosystem and their customers to be able to look at Antstream and use that as a possibility, because then it's directly integrated into the Xbox system. Again, it is cloud streaming, so you can't download the games. It's the same thing as any other streaming service, whether it be like a Hulu or something like that. Like, they don't own it. They don't own the games. They just give you the ability to play them. Hence why you can't. So you're kind of at the mercy of Antstream, their servers, and all that stuff. So I'm curious to see what it'll look like, I guess, on a console and how it runs on a console. But I think this is pretty dope, man. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
Yeah. I like that it's going to be on Xbox, because I can just sit on my couch, boot up the Xbox and play it. And these are, they're all older games, so controller's gonna work perfect. It
Hmm.
should be fine with that integration. I do think it's interesting with the cloud based. Um, I know, like I've tried. I think there was one with Steam. They tried to do the cloud based kind of thing,
Hmm.
and I couldn't get into it. Like I always got lag or server issues and stuff like that. So,
Oof.
curious to see how it works if it's smooth.
Yeah, I'm already thinking about, my lost Sega Genesis that got lost in time at my friend's house. I could go back and play all of the games that I've been wanting to play, like Rocket Knight Adventures.
Hmm.
My question is, can this work if you have Xbox Game Pass, or is it just for the Xbox?
So this is specific to the Xbox because you don't need it.
Oh,
You
dang it! You
wouldn't.
got my
So
hopes up. How dare you?
no. And Stream is a service in itself.
Okay.
Yeah, that's literally what
Oh,
this
well
is.
then,
Yeah,
yeah,
like they have
got it.
they have
Okay.
an application and all that stuff that you can get. But like that's literally
So
what
I can
this
play
is.
it on
This is their
PC. Got it.
website or
Okay.
their thing. And like I don't know what some of this stuff means or whatever. Like how it like
Words and things.
yeah, I don't know how it works because I never really used it myself. Like I kind of like how do I get into? Oh
Click on something.
yeah, we'll see. How do I play the
Yeah.
game?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But this is this is the
And
thing.
you said there's a free version and then there's the paid version, right? Do you
Yeah,
know
so
how many
there's
games are in the free version?
that I don't
No.
know. It
Okay.
seems like not a lot though. I'm guessing the ones with the rocket means premium maybe.
Mm.
Like maybe I can do something. No, dude, like these are all premium. So I don't know how that works. I don't know what games or maybe the free one is like, oh yeah, you can look at the games, but you can't do anything. Right, $80 for a lifetime, and they're
That's not
continually
bad.
bringing in new games and
That's not
stuff like
bad.
that. Like I know I was like that's pretty sweet to have access to all these games. Would be dope. So I might look
Yeah.
at it. Again, the thing's a little rough, and I don't know. Like, I know that there's no like controller support either, or there is controller support. I'm sorry, but you can't like lay out and like map out your buttons or anything like that. Some things, if you are on console, some of the games require keyboard input, which I'm pretty sure you can get around that by using a virtual keyboard. But still, like that doesn't seem like that would be a great experience. LV says, I've been playing the older platforms through Switch Store, but the games are limited. Yeah, I love what they've brought on Switch-wise and some of the older games over there as well. So yeah, this is basically that, but like there is not limited to Nintendo. This is shoot like everything from all the different platforms that you can think of growing up. I really need to search your Commodore 64 because there was a game that I loved and I had no idea what the name of it was. I used to just call it Gray Boy because like it was just
Oh, we've talked
Gray
about Gray Boy.
Boy. Yeah, Gray Boy. One day I'll figure out what that game's actual name is
Yep.
and what the purpose of it
I think
was. All I
Dust
can remember
figured
was
it
being
out
in
for
a
you.
tree. What?
I think Dust had figured it out for you, but this was eons ago.
No, I don't think we figured out what game it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, we could not.
we
Like, it
did.
was too limited. Not enough information to figure out exactly what game. Because like the
Doom
Commodore
search.
64 had a ton of games. Yeah, everything's on premium. Everything I've clicked on is on premium so far. So I don't know. There might be like a section for like free games or. Sorry, go ahead.
Right. No, you're fine. I do agree that like you can't really search anything unless like you have to log in to search.
Mhm.
Like I clicked on the view all games. That's a little easier, but oh my god, that's a lot of info to go through. But I mean, I do want to play Wishbone again, so I guess I'll sit here and scroll. Don't mind me. Great.
Oh, you couldn't just look up Wishbone?
Nope, you can't type it in. It's like how do I explain it? So it'll list the system and then underneath it it will have like what they have available for that system in 8-bit, 8-bit 1, like the Atari 8-bit Q through Z, and you can scroll and kind of see what they have available. But
I don't think it's available. Like, I was able to do game titles.
Oh, what? Where? How dare you?
I just did it in the search. I don't know if it auto. What did you figure out? We were talking about Gray Boy, that game, that Commodore 64 game that I loved, that I can't remember even what the point of the game was, but I loved it for some reason.
Yeah, but I had said I thought that you had come up with the name, Dust, or you figured out what it was, but he said I'm wrong, so that's okay.
Well, I didn't say it in them terms, but
for everyone who is waiting with bated breath, they do not have Wishbone, but it's okay. We'll figure it out.
But they, again, they're saying that they also, they're bringing new games on weekly and stuff like that. So that could even be something, because they have a community, and it looks like they have a Discord where maybe they, people suggest things in their Discord or something like that. So just go in there and spam Wishbone.
Yeah. It's so good. And I could, it was
one of these days it'll be on there.
So frustrating, because you got 3 chances to shoot the arrows through the little spears, and if you didn't, all 10 hours of gameplay that you did with your mom on your sick day at home is done. You have to start over, and it sucked, and I'm so freaking mad.
Oof.
And by the way, Dust said he figured out that you can use code #GrayBoy for life for 50 free hungover summons in Raid Shadow Legends. Oh my god, someone kill me now.
Yeah, I need them 50 summons, bro.
Let me summon my soul back from the depths of wherever it went.
I need to summon some hydration into my bloodstream. This is definitely, like, check out and stream Arcade, especially if you're like into retro games and stuff. Like they've got a lot of great stuff. Bubble. Mortal Kombat, Double Dragon, Smash TV. You guys remember Smash TV?
No.
That was good. There's Bubble.
Mortal Kombat's calling my name though.
I know, dude. I might have to look at. I might have to do something.
Bubble is number 6. Oh, shut up. That's so good. I love Bubble.
Boom.
Space Invaders. Wow.
Yeah, classic stuff. I just love the fact too that it's old. They've got like older PC games on here as well, which is dope.
And that's normally what I played. Like, I didn't really have a system until I got my Game Boy Color. We had a PC, and that was like our big splurge for the family. Like, my dad had a PC at the studio, and I could play flight simulators. So if you're ever on a flight with me and something happens to the pilot, I can probably land us safely. But my dad would bring home floppy disks, and people who would come and record at the studio knew that sometimes I was there, and so they would bring me games.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was, I think that's how I got Wishbone, because most of the time it was like grade 4 something game, and I was like, this sucks. Thanks, Mom. I get to do long division while I'm at home. Whatever. Except there was a Halloween one, and I did get it to work on my computer because it was so good. It's so good, and I play it sometimes when I'm sitting here, and I'm like, long division, yay! Thanks, Mom. But yeah,
that's fantastic. No, that's good. But Bubble. Retro games, all that stuff, it's there. And stream Arcade, pretty reasonably priced. Yearly is $40 or $80 for a lifetime. I think they're still offering that. I saw that somewhere, but I didn't see anything. I have to go digging deeper and look for that. But there it is. That's the thing. That's the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us at the CFG Gamecast. Yo, again, Snakeeyes, thank you so much for joining us again, brother. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it. It's an honor being here. I appreciate you guys having me. Thank you, Davis, for inviting me over. Appreciate it.
Of course. Absolutely. And you and me got to get some gym time in soon, buddy.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because I suck.
Don't forget, hit up confreaksandgeeks.com to find everything there. All old podcasts are on YouTube, and all that good stuff. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll catch you on the flippity flop.
Bye.